welcome to the stage the Vice President of Product and Strategy at Trace Genomics, Ron Zink.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of modern agriculture. Now, wait a minute. This is a conference about impatient optimism. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the better. My great-grandfather immigrated to the United States in 1888. He and colleagues like him could grow enough food for his family and about 5 more people. My grandfather's generation of farmers could grow enough food for about 80 people. A US farmer today can grow enough food for 150 people. What's less talked about is how much fertilizer is required to grow these crops. To put this in context, an average US farmer growing a corn crop will take 33 and a half semi-truckfuls of phosphorus, nitrogen, and potash to grow that crop. Also, the environmental impacts of, skip that, we'll move to mining. Fertilizer is a finite resource, and it's mined from all over the world. The United States is a net importer of these resources, and to give an example, in 2019, the US imported $1 billion worth of phosphate rock from Morocco and Russia. The additional environmental impacts of overuse of fertilizer are algae blooms. There is a better way. Trace Genomics pioneered the application of whole genomic sequencing to soils. We do DNA analysis of the soil to understand what microbes are in the soil and the work that they do. We then contextualize that into our trace environment soil system and use that to develop products to farm better. A couple examples, this is a systems approach to nitrogen and phosphorus to do a better job of utilizing these finite resources. Another product we have is called our Sustainable Soil Performance Rating. What it does is it can tell you how sustainable land has been farmed, and then take that data set and use it to make improvements. We have a rating that has 4 components: nutrients, biodiversity, carbon, and water. And across our entire database, from a score of 0 to 10, our average is 5.3. So generally, if you're above that, you're above average, and below that, you're below average. What we can do with this is, if you go back to nitrogen and phosphorus, worldwide research shows you those commodities are overused by between 47 and 84%. We can stop or moderate the use of those and start using more nature-based solutions and start using more regen practices to do a better job of farming. We're delighted to be here as part of this pilot with AB InBev. And this slide just to show you, we think the work that we're doing would impact 3 of their 8 ESG goals for 2025. Our pilot with AB InBev is in 2 crops, barley and rice, across 3 states. North Dakota and Idaho are growing barley, Arkansas rice. You can see if you go back to my 5.3 that they're a little bit ahead of the curve, we think, on sustainability in those 2 states growing barley and slightly below in Arkansas. We use this data then to say, what does your supply chain look like? And ask questions like, is it better to grow rice in Arkansas or California? If you're going to expand or contract your footprint, where would you like to go from a sustainability standpoint? We're a Series B company. Our business model is business to business with 3 customer segments: farmers and agronomists, ESG companies, and product companies. The slide you see here gives you a sense of our footprint in the United States. We're actually across 4 continents currently. And we're excited to see what we can do with this. One challenge we have is the slow adoption of new technologies by the agricultural community. And so we're looking and optimistic with companies like ESG to help us move this forward. We have the technology and the know-how to farm better. The missing link is the incentive. Please help us change the status quo. Thank you.